Summer is right around the corner, and that means that 4th of July fireworks will be here before you know it.
The 4th of July can be a really scary time for a lot of dogs, and rightfully so. A lot of times with the different booms that are super erratic, unpredictable, it can be so stressful.
There's quite a large cohort of dogs that have firework phobia and thunderstorm phobia and other noise phobias.
So if your dog is one of those that is scared by fireworks, here's some things you can do to help make him feel safe.
If your dog really doesn't like the sound of fireworks, then the best thing to do is on the 4th of July and around the 4th of July is to make sure that in the evening that your blinds are closed, the curtains are closed, and that you have something like DOGTV on so that it dampens the noise that is going to come from outside. If your dog is really scared, then create what I call a bolt hole. That's like a den-like space. It can be a crate, it can be under the bed, it can be in the wardrobe, it can be in the closet, and it's where your dog, anywhere your dog gravitates to that makes your dog feel safe. And in there you put his comfortable bed, you put her toys, you put things that make her feel safe and comfortable.
I'm going to use an analogy to help to explain to you. If you go to the Midwest where they have lots of tornadoes, they have sirens that go off, and people for their safety go usually downstairs in an underground bunker which has been set up for them. They have a refrigerator, they have soda, they have food, they have fireplace, they have places to sit, they've got things to do, maybe games and such like, and they go down there and they weather the storm. You could do something very similar to that with dogs, that if you are lucky enough to have a basement, and if not, you can configure it for another room, you make a safe space, a haven, a kind of, not a tornado bunker in this case, but a thunderstorm phobia bunker. And you set this place up, like supposing it is a basement, you might put cardboard inserts in the little windows so there's nothing to see outside, the waving trees, the flashing lights. It's essentially a dark space, which you then light brightly. So you have bright lights in an otherwise, insulated from the outside world space. Soundproofing as far as possible, if that's possible. Some people can use soundboard on the back of a door, or maybe in the window insert.
If you know your dog has this noise phobia, this noise sensitivity, you might want to just be prepared to keep them in a quiet room. Let them be by themselves. Maybe turn a TV on, something to block out some of the noise.
You're trying to mute the sounds and the sights, and you go down there and you might put on the TV. Something with relaxing movement, relaxing sounds, like the relaxation phase of DOGTV would be excellent, or some CDs that have relaxing music on them. So we've got sound, you go down with the dog, you might do some training. There's lots of food treats, there's toys, there's games, and you train them. This is a safe place.
Make it a safe space that your dog will want to escape to in order to have some peace and quiet.
And you do need to go down there with the dog to start with, but this is a place that's insulated against the noise, the cacophony of the firework displays. They can spend some time down there, they're fed down there, they've got treats down there, they're played with down there. This is the way to go through the 4th of July with a dog, and like I say, they might even end up going down there on their own and be happy to stay there on their own after they've been trained to go there. Make it safe, keep it safe, cut the sound and the light out.
If your dog has suffered from noise phobias for fireworks for maybe even decades, talk to your veterinarian about a new solution. It's something you simply wipe on their gums and it will stop the noise phobias.
There are other drugs. There's some really good ones out there. You need to speak to your veterinarian that will calm a dog down.
Hey, your aunt takes these antidepressants and stuff for panic attacks. Believe it or not, there's stuff available for dogs as well. Talk to your veterinarian about something that will keep them happy and calm during the 4th of July season.
My number one tip is to talk to your veterinarian well in advance of the 4th of July, because your vet can help you get help for your anxious dog.
As 4th of July is coming, keep in mind your dog's potential anxiety. They don't understand what all the big hubbub is about. They don't understand why there's so much noise. So they can get pretty stressed. And so what I will say is certainly give a call to your veterinarian. And the reason why I say that is because some of the anxious behaviors they may exhibit, some thunderstorm anxiety, noise, firework anxiety, really loud anxieties, will be difficult to correct in days, in the moment. It's almost impossible. So sometimes better living through chemistry, sometimes talking to your vet and getting a prescription of medications can definitely help lower the anxiety levels. Which medications, how much, which combination of medications, that's all a conversation that's specific to your dog, and there's no cookbook approach to this. This is all specified by your dog's personality. So you know that Independence Day is coming, you know those loud noises are coming. Do not forget to lean on your veterinary medical team for good advice, sage information, and potentially some medications to de-stress everyone involved.
Here's my tip for how you and your dog can spend a peaceful, relaxing July 4th. This is exactly what I'm gonna do with my dogs. First of all, we're gonna get lots of exercise that day, plenty of hydration, especially if it's hot, don't overheat them. And then when you get home in the evening when the fireworks tend to start, make a zen zone for your dogs. Go to their favorite room, put on the DOGTV channel, and then maybe play some games with them, do some training, teach them a trick, and just spend the night together with them so that they will be comfortable and calm if the fireworks start to scare them.
If you see that your dog is fearful, do put your arm around your dog. Do tell your dog it's okay. Don't worry, you cannot reinforce fear, but your very presence means that will give your dog some feeling of security.
And you can also use some diluted calming scents such as the scent of lavender or chamomile, or even some different scents such as coconut or vanilla. We just want to do that in a diluted format because dogs' noses are so sensitive that it just takes a little bit to make a big difference for them. The other thing we can do is we can help reduce our dog's exposure to some of those scary sounds. We can do this through different gear that they can actually wear. Some look almost like a hood that you can put on their ears that help to cover their ears and just reduce some of what they're hearing. Others almost look like earmuffs that go on the dog, or you can even make your own by just using cotton balls that are temporarily placed in your dog's ears just during that noise event. Take them out right after, so that way you just reduce some of what they're exposed to, and at the same time you can pair positives with that experience, so lots of treats and goodies.
So my big girl, my English Mastiff Rescue, Mabel, is just a nervous wreck over the 4th of July. So again, we use music. You know, to let her know she's safe and to kind of create that safe environment that she's used to.
I hope you and your dogs found that soothing. There's plenty more music for pet stress at my new label, My Zen Pet. The new album is Doggone Calm Volume 1. I invite you to listen to that coming up to the 4th of July holiday, as well as DOGTV.
Give him some background noise to be distracted by. That can be the radio, classical music, or even DOGTV.
Take your dog out into the country. Maybe go visit somebody that lives rurally, away from all the fireworks.
Take the daily training sessions and daily walks to different kind of environments and make sure there are lots of different kind of distractions and noises around there. When you actively exercise in this way, your dog is well prepared for the 4th of July event.
Make sure the doors and the gates and the pool gate are all closed, because dogs, when the fireworks start, may just have a tendency to want to just make a beeline out the closest window, door, gate, etc. So you want to be really careful.
When pets are in that panic, they're really prone to running out, to dashing away, to running away. They're in an all-out panic attack sometimes.
Make sure you keep an ID tag on your pet. Like little Phoenix here, he has his ID tag, so if something happened, he can be found. I can't tell you how many people lose their animals because there's a loud boom, the dog gets scared, he jumps the fence. He's never done that before. So it's important that he could be identified.
Before the fireworks begin, seal all the windows and doors tightly to muffle the noise. And put on some relaxing music or sounds of nature, which you can find right here on DOGTV.
There's no need to fear.
And that's it.
That's a wrap.